Live and streaming, this is KSL News at 4. With the lowest snowpack on record, water supply across the state is limited here, making the future of the Great Salt Lake even more urgent. At the federal level, President Trump has requested a $1 billion grant here to restore the lake.
And now a local effort is channeling conserved water from the Great Salt Lake Valley communities into the Great Salt Lake. News specialist Emma Benson joins us live with more. Emma?
Yeah, today we heard from state and local leaders who announced this new effort to put more water back into the lake. Essentially, they're trying to put conserved water from local Utah communities into the Great Salt Lake. This is a partnership with the Great Salt Lake Watershed Enhancement Trust and Salt Lake City and Sandy City as well. They say water saved through conservation efforts will now be redirected to the lake over the next 5 to 10 years. Now, the Utah Division of Water Rights will be responsible for measuring that water and ensuring that it makes its way through the Jordan River to the lake. The program will send about 2,500 acre-feet of water each year. That totals about potentially 25,000 acre-feet over the next decade. Now, again, the water comes from changes in how residents and businesses use the water, freeing up supply that can now be dedicated to helping the lake.
Does what I do actually make a difference? And I'm here today to tell you that yes, as a citizen of Utah, as someone who lives here on the Wasatch Front within the Great Salt Lake watershed, your actions matter. You can make a difference.
And leaders say this effort highlights the role that everyday conservation can play in addressing these long-term water challenges. They encourage all of us, every resident, to cut back on outdoor watering, fix any of your household leaks, and use water more efficiently as part of everyday habits. Again, officials say while this is a significant step, the long-term health of the Great Salt Lake will depend on continued conservation efforts and other efforts and additional conservation moving forward as well. We'll have more on this story coming up in our 5 o'clock newscast. Live in Salt Lake City, Emma Benson, KSL-5 News.
It makes us all feel more directly involved. Emma, thank you. New it for West Valley Police.
KSL Live at 5 starts right now. Coming up next on Live at 5.
With the Great Salt Lake at critical levels, a new plan is turning conservation into action, sending water back into the lake. We'll explain coming up.
A whole lot of warm weather turning into an early fruit season, what it means for the farmers and what they're watching out for in the weeks ahead.
Live and streaming, this is KSL News at 5. Good evening. With the lowest snowpack on record here, water supply across the state is limited, making the future of the Great Salt Lake even more urgent.
At the federal level, President Trump has requested $1 billion to help restore the lake. And now a new local effort is channeling conserved water from Salt Lake Valley communities into the lake. News specialist Emma Benson joins us live with more.
Yeah, guys, well, today state and local leaders made the announcement. Basically, the effort is to help the Great Salt Lake, to help lease water conserved by cities like Salt Lake City and Sandy as well.
Having a healthy Great Salt Lake is important to all of us.
That message is at the center of a new effort to get more water into the lake. The Great Salt Lake Watershed Enhancement Trust, working with the Salt Lake City and Sandy Metro Water District, says water saved through residential conservation will now be leased and redirected to the lake over the next 5 to 10 years.
We can take this water that normally does never make it to the Great Salt Lake and divert it in different directions.
The program will send about 2,500 acre-feet each year, totaling roughly 25,000 acre-feet over the next decade.
It's going to take all of us working together.
Because right now, the lake is still struggling.
We know that there's a lot more progress to be made at the lake.
It ended the 2025 water year as the third lowest on record, sitting at about 37% full.
Policy alone is not enough. Education and tools matter most.
Mayor Monica Zoltansky says Sandy City is already seeing results using smart technology and lawn watering restrictions to help residents conserve about 10% in recent years.
10% is an impressive rate, and it doesn't happen by accident.
Leaders say everyday conservation plays a key role in the lake's future. They're encouraging residents to cut back on outdoor watering, fix household leaks, and use water more efficiently.
Does what I do actually make a difference? And I'm here today to tell you that yes, as a citizen of Utah, as someone who lives here on the Wasatch Front within the Great Salt Lake watershed, your actions matter. You can make a difference.
Yeah, and again, while officials say this is a big step here announced today, the long-term health of the Great Salt Lake will depend on continued conservation and additional efforts moving forward. For Live at 5, I'm Emma Benson. Back to you.
Hopefully all these little efforts will make a difference for the lake. Thank you, Emma. We're seeing some of the earliest peach blossom.
Thank you.
Utah leaders announced new efforts to send more water to the Great Salt Lake, even amid this year's drought. Water saved through residential conservation in Salt Lake City and Sandy will now be leased and redirected to the lake over the next 5 to 10 years. It'll total roughly 25,000 acre-feet. Leaders say everyday conservation plays a key role in the lake's future.
Does what I do actually make a difference? And I'm here today to tell you that yes, as a citizen of Utah, as someone who lives here on the Wasatch Front within the Great Salt Lake watershed, your actions matter. You can make a difference.
The lake ended the 2025 water year as the third lowest on record, sitting at about 37% full. And Devin, that's a perfect example of why even when storms come on the weekends,